When the odds are against you, a force for justice will be there. When you need someone to defend you, when you need a champion, we will be that force. Day and night, my team is dedicated to fighting for you. Serving our community with offices throughout the valley. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. No other law firm in the valley works harder, reaches more people, and has more resources than the J. Gonzalez Law Firm. So if the unfortunate ever happens and you or someone you love is in an accident, call me, Jay Gonzalez. The J. Gonzalez Law Firm, a force for justice.
Time is 9:15. This is the Sergio Show at Newstalk 710 KURV. We're broadcasting from J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys. Jesse Gonzalez coming in right now. We're broadcasting via several platforms for 710 KURV. I know we do 710 KURV Facebook Live and YouTube and X, all that. Jesse, glad to be back with you at HQ. Dapper Don, that was a beautiful suit. That's one of those suits that you told me you spent like $3,000 on, I think.
I know, Serge.
Proud sponsor of UTRGV, Los Vaqueros.
That's right.
Is Jesse Gonzalez.
You're absolutely right. I mean, this is the first time ever Pan American University, UTPA, now UTRGV. But see, I started when it was Pan American University.
Pan Am, yeah.
And back in the day, I'm sorry, but no, everybody made fun of the fact that it was Pan American. They called it Taco Tech back in the days.
I wasn't going to say that, but
yes.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yes, but now I'm very proud of the fact that I went to Pan American University back in the day. And let me tell you, it was because they had open admissions, and I was a beneficiary of that, of open admissions. It was very, very tough. It was easy. It was very easy to get in, but it was tough to get out, because their mission was to weed out as many students as possible, especially when, you took those basic core classes like the English department. Yeah. The English department had a core mission.
The writing, the thesis, the research. And it was more, if you consider back then, that was the real research. You had to spend, Lord knows how many hours going through microfiche for articles.
There was no
different, right? Go AI, right? Go find those. And sometimes the books weren't even there. Not even in the Hidalgo County library system. Could you find some of the books? You have to do like today, open AI, right? Or just Google it, do it, online search, boom, instantaneously. You got multiple articles, multiple books, multiple quotes, paragraphs, very, very specific at your search. La tienen hecha.
Exactly.
College students today, it's much easier. I try to explain that to your buddy Noah, my 18-year-old, going to school. You don't understand how easy you have it today compared to.
Well, their inaugural football season starts this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sponsoring the Vaqueros in a big way, and I'm very proud of that, because being having graduated from UTRGV. And a lot of people don't know this, but the last commencement speaker for UTPA was Jay Gonzalez.
Before 10 years ago, plus before they became
2014,
UTRGV.
Last UTPA commencement speaker in May was me. And that's actually one of my proudest achievements. I mean, going to a college that then asks you, 20 years later, more or less, hey, come and speak to our graduates. I was very, very, very proud of that moment. Very nervous, but very proud. And so now they're getting their football season. I'm very, very proud of sponsoring their football team. I mean, Valley's big about football. Friday nights it's a big deal down here. And the fact that now we have a local college team that will feature many high school kids from the Valley. In fact, Eddie Marburger, I believe, who played for Pioneer and was an all-state quarterback back in the day, will be there. I believe he's going to be their starting quarterback.
Okay.
So I'm very excited to see Eddie lighting up the scoreboard like he did when he was in Sharyland as a Rattler.
Jesse Gonzalez, Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys. It's a Monday. We're at HQ for Jesse. Division I college football is here. First game of the season coming up in about 2 weeks, a week from Saturday. Let me take it back to what you were saying, that you were the last speaker at the graduation back in 2014 before UTPNM became UTRGV.
Mm-hmm.
Which college was it? Was it the business school? Do you remember? You know how they have different colleges?
I think it was all the May graduates, and I was a former teacher, so I know that a lot of the educational majors, educational administration.
So like the liberal arts.
Yes, liberal
colleges.
arts. Yes.
Yeah. You remember what you said to them back then?
Well,
11 years ago?
Roughly, more or less. But if you want to see it, it's on YouTube. Just type Jesse Gonzalez commencement speech, and it's there. But the idea is that sometimes people will give you advice, and it's well-meaning advice because they love you, they care about you, and they want the best for you. But when they give you advice from their perspective, sometimes it has nothing to do with you or your life. And even though it's well-meaning, sometimes it's misguided because, for example, my parents wanted me to have a big family so that when we would go up north, I would make more money with more kids because there's more hands out there to clean the field.
That's the way it used to be.
And that's the life that they had. Yeah. And that's the best advice they could give me. And so did they mean well? Yes. Did they want a better life for me? Absolutely. But it was from their it was from that limited mindset. Yeah. And so I don't hold it against them. But a lot of times, Serge, when you have dreams and you want to achieve certain things and people that love you, care about you, forget about the people that are envious and hate you or that don't mean well for you. I mean, obviously those people, the so-called haters, they're not going to give you good advice and they're not going to tell you things that are in your best interest. But many times the people that hurt you the most are the ones that love you the most because they want to protect you, they care about you, but they share advice based on what they know. And a lot of times it has nothing to do with your dream, with your vision, with your future. And fortunately for me, I had strong convictions to do what I wanted to do, to follow my own path, carve out my own path and do my own things in my own way. And everything involved risks, big risks. And a lot of times they tell you, no, don't do it because it's risky. But everything in life is risky. Everything you do in life is risky. And the best way to stand out and to grow and to be better and to be a better citizen in your community is to take big risks, because that's where the biggest rewards are going to be in life. But a lot of times people, they want to play it safe. And unfortunately, because they want to play it safe, they're not able to contribute in big ways. I would not be a proud sponsor of the UTRGV Vaqueros today if I was still a teacher. And I'm not speaking down about the teaching profession. It's just they don't get paid enough money to, donate $25,000 to a football team. They need that money for themselves and their family to pay bills and all that. And so at the end of the day, doing what I've done has put me in a position to give back more, to connect me with my community more, to contribute more. And as you know, we're doing that scholarship, not scholarship, but
I wanted to ask you about that, get a follow up on that.
Yeah,
Jesse Gonzalez, Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, we're at his HQ in Edinburgh, Texas, across the freeway from Fort Ogden Arena, which, by the way, you can come in here during business hours. You can call the 800 line. God forbid anything bad happens to you on the roadway, but if it does, you got to take care of number one. That'd be you and your family. Get the team at Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys to protect you and your family and your assets. Okay, let's review real quick, because the last conversation I had here at HQ with you, you were telling me about this fund and essays that you're hoping to see from teachers and students to try to award $1,000 gifts, scholarships, and also some some equipment or projects, money for projects. So,
Yeah, so it's $20,000, and it's 10 individual $1,000 contributions for individuals, teachers, parents, schools who present an idea, 300 words or less, at the jgonzalezlawfirm.com website. And we want to be inspired by people out there that obviously want to do more in the form of education than, basically what you're going to get in a classroom. I mean, yes, not to minimize teachers, but, their job is to teach in a classroom, textbooks, lectures, slides, whatever it is that teachers do as far as incorporating any kind of assignment that they do or whatever. In education, they call it guided practice, whatever it is that they're guiding students to do in the classroom. This is kind of like, let's get out of the box, and what else can you do? And sometimes you can do things, many times you can do things outside of the box in the classroom, but it requires resources. It requires money to be able to purchase things, to then bring them into the classroom so that students can do what it is that you want them to do in terms of learning. And so any of these ideas that you have, again, whether you're a teacher, a parent, a student, whether it's for a classroom, and right now I've got Professor Blackmore that just joined me on Instagram. Hello, Mr. Professor Blackmore. Not sure what university you're from, but thank you for joining us live. It's Jay Gonzalez, top lawyer on Instagram, and it's Jay Gonzalez, Jesse Gonzalez, Jesus Gonzalez in Facebook. If you want to see me live here in my office. But yeah, I mean, these are all important things because it's just going to enable teachers, students, parents to do something extra to start off the year. Have you received some essays already? We have. We've received. We're very excited to say that we've received many applications. Okay. There's one $10,000 giveaway that we're going to use for a bigger project that's going to require more resources. And look, whatever we can do to contribute and give back. Again, having been a former teacher, and I did that for 7 years, and then going back to school, getting a master's in educational administration. I mean, education's at the very heart of what I love to do here in the Valley, to give back, because that's what changed my life, and it can change the lives of all of the students out there. And incidentally, today is the first day of school for many school districts. Yep. It was the first day of school for Gigi and Joaquin. I dropped them off at school today and got them ready, and it was fun. Was Gigi excited? Gigi was excited. Yeah. Her birthday was this weekend, so she got those little Japanese dolls that have these kind of scary faces. Yeah. What are they called? Boo-boos? Labubu. So she got like the 6-pack of the Labubus. So she attached all of them to her backpack. And so she went to school today with her little dolls. And anyway. I'm doing a search. Labubus. Yeah. Whatever this. Boo-boo. Yeah. So we celebrated her birthday this weekend, and then her party's going to be in 2 weeks. I wanted her to be in a position to invite her friends from school, and if we would have had a party before school started, it would have been more difficult for her to invite friends. Jesse Gonzalez is Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, 1-800-CAR Crash. Now, one of the official sponsors of UTRGV, or new football program, Division I college football, starts up a week from Saturday. Is it a general sponsorship, or did you sponsor like a specific portion of the program, or at the stadium, or something like that? Is it just a general sponsorship? Yeah, I mean, the details I don't know completely about. All I know is that you should ask to go to the center of the field and flip the coin, like that. Or join the cheerleader squad. They have male cheerleaders now. Oh my God, Serge! No, why? Well, George W. Bush was a male cheerleader, when he was at SMU. But why with this nonsense? Why is everybody so strange? What's up? It's nonsense. I know. It's not. Have you seen some of the clips? Yes, I have. There's something in the water in Minnesota. I don't know, man. Serge, but why?
Which
don't get
obviously
it.
affected their governor as well. Like they both move the same.
I don't
Like
under-
Tim Waltz and the new cheerleader guy, they look very similar in the way that they.
I just
Anyway,
do not understand. I mean, look, it's about entertainment.
Yeah.
What is entertaining about that?
Yeah, well, you know, it's
I mean,
funny.
Just give me. You
It's
think so?
It's funny.
It's
For me.
It's cringeworthy. Like you want to turn the channel and watch something else.
Which, having said that, there were some season ticket holders. They made the news because they were pulling, they're selling their tickets or getting rid of their sponsorships.
It's ridiculous.
By the way, I need to show you this. It seems that being, of course, a diehard, loyal Cowboy fan.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw the statistics that were put together by, must have been some really smart university group that did this. They calculated that the chances of an asteroid hitting Earth would be 3.1%. I don't know what amount of time that would be. It would be over the next year. The chances are 3.1% that the Earth would be hit by an asteroid. See, it's this one. And then the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl, 1.4%. So we got a better shot of dying by the sweet meteor of death than the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. So let's pray all that the Cowboys return to the Super Bowl, to actually play in the Super Bowl. So to beat the odds, so that way we don't get hit by.
So, Serge, are you telling me we have a chance? We have a chance.
Yes,
we have a chance. I mean,
see?
if it was 0%, then I'd be
well, see,
worried.
we need to up the.
But 1% chance of winning the Super Bowl. I mean, now
1.4%.
you're getting me excited. I mean, that's.
It's like.
I mean, it's like that movie Dumb and Dumber.
Yes, one of the greatest science. So level with me. What are my chances? Level with me. What are my chances? Like 1 in 1,000, more like 1 in 1,000,000. Are you saying there's a chance?
I've got a chance. You've got a chance. Serge.
We're at Jesse's HQ, Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, 1-800-CAR-CRASH. Every now and then, on Mondays, we come to HQ. Listen, I think we need to go back to the $20,000 scholarship fund. Again, 10,000 major prize, and then 10 individuals, teachers or students, that can win the $1,000 scholarship, $1,000 prize for better education. They have until the end of this month, right?
Yeah, August 31st is the deadline. And just, reference your time as a teacher in the RGV and what it means to you, and as far as creating some kind of personal connection and background. And so bottom line is that one of the toughest things for me when I was a teacher was, again, resources. When I started off teaching, I was 20 years old, Serge, and I had long, luscious brown hair because I would go to the beach and I'd grow my hair long and I wouldn't cut my hair. I was like, I wanted to be a surfer, even though I didn't know how to surf. And so the only thing that I could do to look like a surfer was grow long hair.
Waves,
That was the only beach available to me, Serge. I couldn't get on a plane. I could barely afford the gas to get to the beach. I couldn't even afford staying at a hotel in Padre Island. I had to sleep in the sand with all the crabs. And so, because it was a struggle, I was getting paid $18,000 a year as a teacher at La Jolla in 1990.
1990, La Jolla.
That's
18,000.
what I was getting paid.
You were a millionaire by La Jolla standards.
And look, to be clear, I got hired as a teacher before I graduated from college. I got hired as a senior. So I got hired under what was called the emergency permit. What was the emergency? That year, my school lost 36 teachers. That's an emergency. So you hire whoever you can.
Wow.
And so back in the day, maybe even today, they hired college students that were seniors that had a minimum of 90 hours completed. And they said, come on in, you'll be a teacher for our students. And we give you 3 years to graduate. But your pay is going to be $18,000. It's not going to be 25, 20, whatever it was for regular teachers at the time. And so look, resources were hard to come by. And it was difficult. It was difficult for me. I mean, I barely had enough money for gas, lunch. I lived with my parents, 20 years old, lived with my parents, could barely afford, getting to work and back with that kind of money. So I know that any amount of money helps. So if for example, Jesse Gonzalez back in 1990 wins this $1,000 deal. That's a big deal for that teacher. So all I'm saying is don't hesitate, apply. Go to jgonzalezlawfirm.com, do that 300 word statement.
Okay.
Give us talk to us about what the purpose of this event is, what it's going to be used for, how it's going to, how it's going to impact your students, yourself, your career. And you never know. I mean, we're giving away $20,000, 10 $1,000 giveaways, and then one $10,000 giveaway.
Prize,
so
10,000.
yeah, I mean, it's August 31st is the deadline. It's
fill out the
fast.
application again at the website. Get the website one more time, Jesse.
jgonzalezlawfirm.com.
You find the application there. 300 word statement. Punctuation matters, people. Okay. Jesse's a former educator, former teacher. So punctuation matters. You make sure you write something nice.
Taught English, by the way.
That's another thing. You were an English teacher.
At the senior level.
That.
First 3 years was elementary.
Yeah.
It was in Sullivan City. And then I went back to the high school and taught 12th grade English literature.
$18,000 salary. Initially you started for an entire day's work, right, Jess? Because your day would start like at 6 in the morning.
Well, it
get
was
to the school, then leave at
it's beyond. I mean, it's not
5, 6 in the afternoon.
It's not an 8 to 3 job.
No.
It's you got to get there early
crazy.
because you've got what they call you've got to patrol the playground, right? And then you got to stay after school because you got to take the kids to the bus. You got to see them off back home. So they call it, you've got duty. You're on duty. And we would get 30-minute lunches. So, you're on duty before class starts, then class begins, then you got a 30-minute lunch.
Meetings.
And then you teach for the afternoon, and then you get off at 3:30, and then you're on duty in the afternoons, on duty in the mornings.
And then you were a coach too.
And then
Which means into the evening practice.
at some point, I became a basketball coach. So now you're committed to your students as a coach after school, weekends, nights. And, fortunately, they give you a stipend. They give you additional pay, which is not a whole lot. I mean, you coaches out there know that if you're not a head coach of like a varsity team, the pay's minimal, but, or a basketball team.
Teaching is a calling. God bless teachers and all the time they put in. I see the teachers at my kids' school, and I know because they got their own kids, right? They wake up at 5:36, get ready, everybody in front of the school. They need to be there by 7. The teachers, the kids are out there somewhere eating like a little pastry or something for breakfast, some cereal, and then all the way to the evening after school and meetings these days. Also, all sorts of meetings. That's a long day for them.
The two scariest things in my life, other than getting in a cage with a tiger. That was scary, but that doesn't count.
I'm sorry.
That's just like,
Yeah.
I was in Bangkok and I thought it would be a good idea to get in a cage with a tiger. And
were you drunk?
And when I saw that the handler of the tiger was missing fingers in his hands, I said, this was not a good idea. People here in Bangkok don't have the same rights as we do in the States. So my legal expertise here plays no part in Bangkok. If I die, I die, and that's the end of that. There's no lawsuits here.
I'd like to be your legal representation.
So
give me compensation for those digits.
So that's in a special category in and of itself. Swimming with sharks in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah. But you got to say it right, though. So people in San Carlos understand what you're talking about. Like Freddie. Swimming with sharks.
Oh,
swimming with sharks.
Yeah.
So where were you swimming with the sharks?
In the Pacific. I decided it would be cool to jump in the water because there's a ton of sharks out there. And so that was an interesting experience as well. But if you set aside those thrill-seeking, adrenaline rush kind of things, that's a different kind of scary. The two scariest things that I've ever done in my life was, one, getting in front of 5,000 students or whatever it was. Not 5,000 students, 5,000 people. Students were obviously not 5,000. A commencement speaker for my alma mater in front of all the professors and so forth. That was scary. And the second scariest thing that I done, being 21 years old, I got hired at 20 years of age, but then I turned 21 in July. At 21 years of age, I'm driving at 6:30, 6 in the morning in my old beat up car. And I'm thinking, and I see these school buses, and these school buses are picking up children to do what? To take them to my classroom. I'm barely 21 years old. I don't even know how I've learned, and now I have to teach.
Yeah.
And so it was terrifying to know all of these parents are entrusting their kids, their children, putting them in my care so that I can educate them and prepare them for the future. That was scary, Serge. And
What grade?
I taught sixth graders at the time. And I got to tell you, it was nerve-wracking, and it was a lot more stressful that first semester than my first semester of law school.
My goodness. Listen, let me go back to air traffic control and my HQ to Freddie, because I got about a few minutes left in this hour. Freddie, I know you got some bills to pay, so you give me instruction. What do you want to do? Okay. I need to go ahead and I got so much to talk to you about on this one. Man, we picked up. Okay. Jesse Gonzalez, J. Gonzalez, Injury Attorneys. The website, Jesse, again, we want 10 winners of $1,000 each. We want one winner of a $10,000 prize. The deadline is the end of this month, and it's an effort to help education in South Texas. The website, 300-word statement that you need to write. Sign up today because you got a few more days before you finish up.
Yeah, jgonzalezlawfirm.com, and then you'll go to the page that will allow you to submit your application. And so, yeah, do it now, and let's get this school year started in the right way.
Jesse Gonzalez, J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, official sponsor of UTRGV football. They start a week from Saturday. How's the gang doing here at the office? What do you want folks to know?
We're doing great. We're winning cases every day. We do disbursements every day. We signed up new clients every day. I have client meetings practically every day when I'm obviously here. After my interviews are over today, I've got a client meeting at 12 o'clock. I schedule meetings on the weekends if I have to. I mean, at the end of the day, it's when clients are available, not me. I've got to basically adjust my schedule to their schedule oftentimes. The idea is to make sure that I'm always in communication with them. All of my clients have my cell number. All of my clients are able to text me 24/7. They're able to reach out to me any day, anytime, nights, weekends, holidays. The idea is to have that open line of communication. And that's the most important thing. You never want to be in the dark. You always want to be up to date with what's going on. In addition to that, I have an attorney-client relations department, and their only job is to make sure that clients are getting the service that they deserve and that they come to expect when they hire the J. Gonzalez Law Firm. So, look no further than the J. Gonzalez Law Firm. We've been doing this for almost 25 years coming this July. We've won thousands and thousands of cases. We've paid clients millions and millions of dollars. I mean, don't take my word for it. Hire us and find out how good we are. And we are the best for a reason. And we are the most sought after law firm in South Texas for a reason. I don't say this, Google does. Google has analytics, and they say, who's the number one law firm searched? J. Gonzalez Law Firm.
Thanks for having us over again, Jesse.
Of course.
Jesse Gonzalez, J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. The Sergio Show on Newstalk 710 KURV. Happy Monday. Happy first day of school. Time is 9:43. We'll go back to 710 KURV HQ in Mission, Texas. Join us online at Radio Para Mí. Download that free app.
When the odds are against you, a force for justice will be there. When you need someone to defend you, when you need a champion, we will be that force. Day and night, my team is dedicated to fighting for you. Serving our community with offices throughout the valley. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. No other law firm in the valley works harder, reaches more people, and has more resources than the Jesse Gonzalez Law Firm. So if the unfortunate ever happens and you or someone you love is in an accident, call me, Jesse Gonzalez. The Jesse Gonzalez